Good afternoon, ladies and gents. It is now, what, 2 days later?
Yep.
Partly because we kind of ran out of steam when we were working on it in the past first clips of this video. We just kind of run into a bunch of speed bumps with like having to, we spent so long making these brackets and stuff, and then some of the parts didn't line up the way we wanted them to, so it was just very frustrating. So we had to kind of take some time off and rethink what our plan of attack is. But for now, it is Friday evening. We're going to be working on mounting the newly made brackets for these bumpers that I put together. Matt helped me cut some of the pieces for. And we'll be drilling holes in the actual go-kart frame, drilling holes in the brackets, and mounting all the bumpers. So, why is it all dark? Oh, there we go. So, so we'll be trying to mount the bumpers tonight. The sad part was we were trying to get it running, but the bolts were literally stuck in the sprocket hub. So I thought, oh, let's have, you know, the idea of cutting off the bolts and then just drilling them out. Well, it turns out these bolts are like hardened steel, so my drill bit was not doing diddly squat. So I had to order a new sprocket, so the go-kart will not be running for at least another week or so. But as soon as it does get running, that'll be the next video up after this one. So, plan of attack, mount the bumpers, drill a bunch of holes, we good to go. Have some fun. Yeah? Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay. Ow, hurt my shoe. Stop, come on. Is this hot? Alright, so we just took the punch here and started a little groove for the small drill bit to go. So now we're going to drill some pilot holes. Oops. Using my cordless drill because it'll be nice and easy. Alright. Automotive photography for the win. Can't use a drill.
I don't think we're going to stick it back down in the hole yet.
Sorry. Yes, it's supposed to be a
That
little...
went farther in, huh?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's supposed to be a little below the line.
Okay, you say so.
That's why I drew the arrows on this
Okay.
one. You think we should do all the small holes first? Okay.
That's what I would do.
Alright, we're gonna finish doing all the small holes and then we'll catch up with you guys. Yeah, we don't have AC. Yeah.
Fun time.
Alright, so we drilled out all the holes with the small bits. We did 2 step-up bits. So one really small and then a little bit bigger, and now we're gonna do the 5/16, which is the hole that I use for this kind of punch design to help me get straight holes on both sides. So we're gonna drill out all holes to 5/16. I feel like this is gonna go in my shoe and like really burn me.
These are the ones we're gonna leave at 5/16, so the ones that just drilled.
These ones leave at 5/16.
Okay.
These need to be drilled a little bit bigger.
Okay. Ooh, that fits hot.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Come on, that's it. Ah. Why you do this to me?
Are we still recording?
Yes.
Not automotive guys, right here. That's what it's all about. Right, oh.
Come on. Hey!
Small victories. We like those.
Okay. Round 2. I gotta do this again. There we go. So some of you may wonder how I drill straight holes through like a double-sided piece of tubing. I don't have a drill press, or it'd be hard to put these on a drill press. So one way you can do it is you take like a block and you drill a hole through with the drill press so you know that it's perfectly vertical. And then you take like some sort of punch, you can just buy at a hardware store, and then you make sure the punch is the exact same size as the hole so you know that it's going to be perfectly straight up and down. And you can put this thing on the surface of the piece, put the punch through, and then you just tap through and you know that it's going to be a straight through punch. And then you take a small bit and hopefully the bit will rest in that punch hole, and then you'll be good to go. So that's what we're going to be doing now, is transferring all these holes through to the other side of the tubing. It's a big smiley face.
It worked. Look at that.
Alright, so we drilled all the holes and we tested them on all of the bumpers, front panel, side pods, and they all fit nicely. I'm very happy. So that is nice to see, for sure. We got those guys. Are you taking it off now?
Yeah, do we need it on?
No, we don't need it on. So that's a milestone. So we just finished that up. Finished drilling out all those holes. So now the next order of business is we got to drill holes in these little plates, spacer plates for the go-kart here. So what I did was on the front, I put some blue painter's tape down to help kind of maybe protect the paint. So we have to. So part of the bracket I kind of messed up on welding it. So part of the bracket sits up on top of here, so that leaves about a 1/4 inch of open space. So we made these plates to go in here to fill that. So we have to drill the holes for those plates to match up with the front bracket on the bumper on that piece right there. And then once we do those plates, we're going to start working on transferring the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 holes to the go-kart frame itself. Howdy neighbors. So my neighbors all love that I'm building this, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
Maybe not the noise. Well, we had 2 people ask, I can't hear my TV. So, okay. So we're going to do that, and then we'll catch up with you guys when we finish that. Just a top tip. So what we noticed when we were drilling these holes, it's going to be a little bit harder to do on the go-kart frame itself, but when you use this punch thing, so like when we punch through this side here, it leaves an like kind of a, I don't want to call it a nipple, but that's kind of the best word that comes to mind right now, on the other side. And instead of trying to drill through this hole with a small bit and letting the bit rest in that indentation, what we did was we flipped it over, and then actually where that nipple part was, for lack of a better word, we then took the punch and punched it back this way, so then that we could drill through this side instead of trying to let the bit rest in through the big hole. But we're gonna have to do that on the bumper, on the go-kart, pardon me, for since we can't like flip the go-kart over, or we could really, but that would kind of take a lot of work and it'd be a little hairy doing that. So we'll be doing that next. All right, so a little update. We just had a delicious dinner at the Habit Burger. Very good place. So before we left, I made these 2 brackets, drilled the holes to go underneath this front bumper bracket here. So now our next order of business is to line these guys up and then mark the holes with a pencil on the tape I laid out here. So this tape I put down to protect the paint, but also help us to mark where to drill, excuse me.
That'll look great going back over the video.
But yeah, so we're gonna do that next and mark these holes, drill the holes, and then we have to drill the underside holes somehow, and then yeah, so we'll be working on that, and hopefully we'll get these bumpers mounted before no time. Alright, so we marked the holes on the top here for the front bracket mount. Signature pose.
Gotta be in every video. I'm gonna be famous one day from now, automotive. Y'all subscribers are the best.
You know, you have to dance in this video at some point. It's like your signature thing too.
You'll be surprised. You can't just tell them when it's coming.
Okay.
Like,
Alright, so we got the holes marked, and we did the, you need music, you can't just do it.
I'm not gonna get music, they want to see a go-kart.
So we punched the holes for the front bracket, and now we're just gonna do the small bit first, and then step up to eventually the large bit size. So hopefully they don't screw up.
You're drilling all the way through now?
No, just the one
Okay.
side.
Now why not put these in closer and drill all the way through?
Well, I want to just do the top first,
Okay.
because, you know, like we said before, if I drill through, the bit might accidentally go like that, and then we don't have a hole that lines up.
Right, it's just, if you drill through, you don't have to try to get under here, try to do that whole process, tapping and all that from the bottom.
Well, we
right?
can do it from the top, and then the bit will hopefully just fall into that
Okay.
piece. That's how I used to do it before.
Okay.
By the way, so you can put paint on any, sorry, not paint, you can put tape on any painted area, and that'll help somewhat preserve the paint around the holes you're drilling, so it doesn't lift up the paint around the hole. I learned that tip from Overhauling on the TV show. So yeah. So now we got that hole drilled, so now I'm going to step up to the larger bit. I'm not going to do this entirely on camera since it's kind of just the same thing, but I'll catch up to you guys when we hit a major milestone.
The front bumper too.
Okay, so we just finished drilling all the bolts, or the holes I mean, for the front bracket. Aha! Sweet.
Victory.
Let's put this guy on.
Small victory. Nope, bottom hole. Can't get it through the bottom.
Just sometimes you gotta like twist it through.
Do you get yours through?
Yeah. I might just have to ream them out a little bit.
That's why I'm always sure to learn from that automotive things.
I like how you refer to me as Nat Automotive.
Well, that's what they know you as. They don't call you Andrew.
Some of them do.
Oh, wow.
Some guy calls me Andy.
Well, that's weird. Don't ever call him Andy. That's not his name. Well, when you're moving, it's hard for me to twist mine in.
Come on, you POS. Should I just ream these out? I could just ream them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll be back. Alrighty, so as you can see, the front bumper is on the go-kart. We had a little trouble getting the bolts through because our holes are close, but they're not perfect. I mean, we're doing this all by hand, so something's bound to, you know, be a little off. But wow, that bottom piece is riding pretty low. But we're about to set it on the ground to see what our clearance is like. I mean, we're gonna be pushing here. I might have to cut off the bottom of the bumper, maybe.
No, because I think it'll come back up once you put in the spacers and actually are able to tighten everything down. I think it's going to fix a lot of this wiggle and it might even bring it up a little bit.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna put the camera on the tripod and let's set this on the ground and see how it turns out. Okay. I'm gonna set it over here.
Maybe, yeah, just next to it.
Okay. This is gonna be different. Alright, ready?
On 3.
1, 2, 3. Oh, we're good. Oh yeah, we're plenty good. We're good.
I think there's too much ground. There's a ton of it.
It's okay. I'd rather have too much than too little.
I would agree. All those speed bumps are going to be jumping.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like super low to the ground like, you know, your normal shifter kart is, because those things are crazy low, but hey, for a hand-built bracket on a hand-built go-kart, not bad. Not bad at all. It looks naked without the side pods, though.
Oh, I can't even fit in this thing. Okay. I'm a race car driver, sponsored by the one and only.
Hey, does that stop the pedal from going all the way down? Oh no, dang it.
No, but now it's stuck.
Yeah, that happens.
So we should probably fix that. Let's fix that before we try this, huh?
Or just don't push the... Yeah, don't do that either.
Don't touch the car, Matt. Don't hit the gas, don't hit the brake. Is this adjustable? Or no, this isn't.
No.
Huh?
No. Why, is it touching your legs?
Yeah, no, it's into my legs right now.
You can't steer?
Like, I'm just like pulling up.
I mean, I could get a...
I mean, all that matters is really for you. It's, you know, yeah, it's like, never mind. Yeah, it'd be nice if this was, but it's already there.
Well, we might be able to flip the steering wheel. That might help. With the flat bottom, maybe.
That might, yeah, because right now it's like, I mean, it's into my legs, but as you turn.
But, I mean, the steering clears the bumper. That's good.
Right, no, that's most important.
But it's close. I mean, turn all the way to lock. That's close. Yeah, I mean, hey, but we came out on top. Nice. Okay. So we have, for some reason, because our holes are a little off, the bracket tilts down, but the bumper itself is pretty perpendicular to the ground, which is pretty good. So yeah. Now we just need to do the side pods because the go-kart looks naked without them now.
What are we thinking? Let's take a guess. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30, where are we at? Put them on.
I'd say probably close to 30.
30K. I'm going to have confidence in your boy Andrew Nat. We'll check the time before we start. I think 20 minutes. 10 minutes aside.
It's,
I'll have them on.
what time is it? Checking my Fitbit. Come on, Fitbit. It's 10:10, even though it's out of focus.
10:10.
Okay. So
it's got to be from when we put it on the stand, so we'll check back with y'all. I think 20 minutes, 10 on each side.
Okay. Well, we'll keep them updated as we do it, but
looks good though.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
It does. That makes a big. I think with the other two, it'll make a huge difference.
Yeah, and then eventually with the steering column piece too.
Yeah.
I have to do that another day probably.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep going. All right, so we have mounted all the bumpers except the front pod for the steering column. That's just mocked up in place. I have to make another bracket for that. But looks pretty good. We're both pretty tired. Drilled a lot of holes. Got burned a lot of times by hot metal shards. Yeah, I mean, it turned out pretty good. Like I said before, this bracket for some reason tilts down a little, probably because we didn't drill our holes perfectly flat or straight through. And then the side pod on the right, I don't know if it comes out in the video, but the side pod on the right kind of tilts down just a tad, but the side pod on the left is a lot better. But I mean, it's starting to look like a legit like shifter kart with this setup here. Trip over the extension cord. I think it looks pretty sick, if you don't ask me.
Looks killer, man.
I think it just adds a whole, like it looks it more complete than just like a naked frame.
It does. It completes it. It really does make it. It brings it all together more than I thought it would.
What do you guys think? Should I put Matt, grab the back bumper real quick?
Yes, sir.
I don't boss you around like that. Just mock it up in place, like on the back. What do you guys think? Rear bumper? No rear bumper. It's kind of hard to see with the lighting, but I don't know. We were debating. We'd really just kind of do two mounting points and call it good there. But let me know what you guys think. If it makes it look too much more of like a boomer's go-kart with all the bumpers on it, or if we should just leave it open-ended. Like a,
now we'll put a huge wing and a big exhaust pipe.
Put a big wang on it. That's to come next, maybe. I don't know what to make that out of.
I don't know where to mount it. You'd have to be.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be tricky.
You don't have any mounting point up here, so you have to.
We'll figure it out. We always do. But I'm pretty happy with that. That's stoked. What do you think? Stoked. Alright everyone, so thank you all very much for watching. In the next video, I hope to have this running again because I have the new sprocket in the mail. Try to do it maybe on a day when Matt's here. He's going to be working a lot over the next few weeks, but we're going to try and get this thing running and running good, not just running haphazard. But
BP racing fuel.
Yeah, maybe get some 109 octane in this puppy. Boost it up to like 20 horsepower out of that little tiny Predator freight. Okay, anyways guys, thank you all very much for watching this video. As always, if you have any questions or comments about the go-kart build, this go-kart build, or for reference for your own go-kart build, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Matt, any final words?
Looks killer, man. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Like he said, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.